very few humans have gotten to this point where they understand their lineage. They understand that it is to be honored. It is something that's brought them here, but it is also time to let go. You probably experienced this, particularly in the last few years. You've wondered at times what's holding you back. And this is one of those things. You've wondered why it seems like such a struggle at times to realize your enlightenment. And this is one of the very core reasons. In order to understand it, let's start at what could be called the beginning. How far back does your lineage go? A lot of you right now are thinking in terms of the modern day humans, or maybe even back to Atlantis, but it goes far, far back to the original spiritual families. This is the core. This is where the true lineage started, where you began identifying with a group. And that is still to this day so much a core part of who you are. So you bring this to Earth with you. You eventually took on a biology on Earth. That was a big step. Because when you took that first birth, now you are in. Once you get into biological incarnation, you're there until you come to your freedom, until you realize your sovereignty, or until you realize your enlightenment. What's important is to recognize that so many things that you've been battling in yourself are actually really not yours. You've had a lot of predispositions to things. You've had predispositions to your physical look from your family. You've been predisposed to a lot of attitudes. You know, depression runs in the bloodline. There are the obvious biological predispositions to not only the way you look, but to things like a healthy heart or heart attacks, to cholesterol, to weight levels, to everything else. A predisposition that's carried right down the bloodline. And the thing is that you spent a lot of your life fighting things that really are not yours. They were ancestral predispositions. So when you try to fight them, it's very difficult. It doesn't work very well because they're so ingrained in the bloodline, and until you release that, those things they're kind of stuck within you. Predispositions to weight. A lot of you have tried losing weight and ask about weight, but it's in the bloodline. You've been carrying around a lot, biologically, intellectually, emotionally, strengths and weaknesses. As so many of you know, it's so frustrating and so difficult. You have days where you wonder what you're battling against. You wonder when this uphill struggle is going to end. You wonder when there's some sort of breakthrough. But until you come to this point of addressing the bloodline from where you have come, all the way back to your spiritual families, until you come to this point, my friends, you're carrying things that don't belong to you and that are actually too overwhelming to battle, to fight. So, as insightful as all of this is, as liberating as it can be, most people will not allow themselves to go beyond. They think about it, as you probably have. You've heard a lot of this before. It's not a new topic. But suddenly we come to this point right now to say, are you ready to release? What we're doing here, what you're doing, is so very important. It's a big step. It's a very big step into enlightenment.